What a crazy time to be alive, especially if you're a Lakers fan. So Dan Hurley turns down the 6-year, $70 million offer. It's still yet to be seen if they're going to pull a Pistons and go back twice and do a Monty and give him even bigger deal just to freaking convince him. But as a buddy of mine pointed out, unlike Monty, who had NBA ties already, there is no NBA tie for Dan Hurley, besides that his brother played in the league, but he isn't a guy from a coaching tree. He created his own path. Even though, I mean, his dad is like one of the greatest high school coaches of all time, but I digress. Now, with that being said, what we're hearing specifically from the reports is, the report is Dan Hurley turns down the Lakers' offer. And as swept away as Dan Hurley was, Adrian Wojnarowski put in a tweet, the Lakers' court vision and vision for him really enticed him. He just couldn't walk away from the chance of winning a third national title with the UConn Huskies. Now, before they even went out and tried to sweep him away, he was already one of the highest paid coaches, and by him staying, supposedly, UConn's going to increase his pay. Now, what have we heard before? So with that being said, there's still a chance, obviously, Lakers could come out and say, we're going to make sure you get us, or we're going to make sure that we get you. Now, the other name we're hearing is Jay Wright. Yes, Jay Wright is allegedly a guy who is drawing interest from the Lakers as a stealth candidate, which is kind of weird in its own right. Jay Wright, no NBA ties either, but he is a guy that it seemingly seems like he could be someone they like. I mean, if you look at the Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, I feel like Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Jeremiah Robinson Earl. I feel like there's a few other Villanova guys that I'm not mentioning, but Mark Stein said in a report that the stealth candidate is Jay Wright, and the Lakers had been previously tied to JJ Redick and James Borrego. Supposedly, Anthony Davis wants James Borrego, so keep an eye out for that, and James Borrego is a defensive coach. Now, the other option for them is to go ahead and hire JJ, which seemed like what was going to happen, but Adrian Wojnarowski's report that Dan Hurley was a guy that they wanted for the development makes sense why they were going after JJ, but it seems that the backstory is sure to surface sooner rather than later, but presumably after Lakers do or don't get Hurley. And I do think at this point, it is a valid assumption that they're, kicking the tires, at least with Jay Wright, who's a guy who seemingly can develop players for the NBA game. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of all this?